So this has been a really exciting year for us. We've had lots of babies at the Memphis Zoo, but this area in particular, the giraffe area, we've had 3 babies born. So our first one threw us a little bit of a curveball, and it was Bogie, who was born, a little boy giraffe, to his mom, Achille. And Achille was a first-time mother, so she didn't let him nurse. So we had to hand raise this little giraffe. So that means that his zookeepers have to step in and kind of act like the mom. And we really don't like to hand raise animals if we don't have to. It's a fun job, it's a neat job. The keepers love to interact with the babies, and our visitors love to see it, but it doesn't always provide kind of the social construct that they need to be raised as a normal giraffe. We did feed him milk. He had to nurse and drink from a bottle from the keepers, and he was fed multiple times a day. But one of the most important things we did, second to feeding him, was putting him with the adult giraffes. So even though his mom didn't let him nurse, they did live together in the stall inside the barn. Then we introduced a couple other female giraffes so that he could be around others and be socialized and that kind of thing. And it turns out that possibly because they were expecting babies of their own, they turned out to be very maternal, even more maternal than his mom. So they paid him a lot of attention, and so I think that has really helped in his development. As far as we can tell, he's developing into a normal giraffe and seems to be socially, just fine. But our second birth happened in July, and that was Wakati, who was born to Wendy. And that birth went extremely well. And then in August, we had a third birth, which was really exciting. So this was Panya, and Panya was a beautiful little girl, very petite, not quite as big as the 2 boys that were born earlier. So now we have 3 beautiful baby giraffes, all born within a few months of each other, all living together and kind of socializing with each other, which again, as I mentioned earlier, is very, very important for their social development. Giraffe, but there's also just the logistics of hand feeding a baby giraffe. They're born at almost 6 feet tall, so it's a big animal. So the initial challenge was just to get Bogie used to drinking from a bottle. So the zookeepers would go in with Bogie and actually put the bottle in his mouth. And so the next step after that was to train Bogie and have him come to the bottle so that the zookeepers didn't have to go in with him in the stall. To now, he feeds from the bottle 3 times a day, one of them being at 1:30 where the public can see. We have reticulated giraffes here. That's only one of the species of giraffes, but their numbers are particularly low. Some think as low as 8,000 in the wild. And so for numbers that used to be up in the tens, close to hundreds of thousands of animals, that represents a really significant decline. So we've had a really exciting year here at the Memphis Zoo, particularly in the giraffe area. So our herd has really grown. We've gone from 7 individuals to 10 individuals, and it's definitely a giraffe family now. So if you come and you feed the giraffes here on the feeding deck at the back of the exhibit, or you just go to the front and observe them, you'll see babies born this year, babies that are 2 and 3 years old, all the way up to Nicholas, who's over 15 feet tall. Really exciting to see. So bring your family to see our family.
Look at the baby giraffe.